welcome to Carlin's Off-Grid YouTube channel. I do things differently. I'm a wanderer, a tinkerer, a nerd, and a US Navy veteran. I have a motorcycle, a truck, and a school bus. Oh, and I built my house now. There might also be spaceships and stuff. I live off-grid. I'm powered by the universe. Comments are always welcome. It would be really awesome if you could subscribe. Hey! Alright, you found me. My name is Carlin, and I've got a off-grid house here on a little ranch in West Texas. Thanks for joining. I'll show you around. More info is on my website. You should totally check that out. The link is in the description. Cool, on with the show already. Okay, without being able to stand this up, I think this is my truss. So what I got, the bottom and the top are both 92 and 5/8. I got them arranged on the center line of the house. These three are just scraps, obviously. The top pieces would be cut at an angle to match. So their points, fell in hole, their points are basically overlapped. So there would be just a cut straight across between them. Butt joints. Top piece extends out. This won't give me a huge overlap, or overhang I should say. But it'll give me, yeah, almost 16 inches. Okay, you can go bigger. But if I got rain gutters anyway, now the only thing is with the sideways rain, bigger overhangs would be a good idea, plus I'd catch more rain. Okay, so that might be something to look at. Also, I could look at possibly 6 footers on the bottom. Okay, because these are gonna, okay, now this way's up again. Approximately stretch 6 feet would put me in that area right there. Okay, which is about right. 6 foot, and then cut the corner off, and then the top one lays down on the bottom one. Okay. Now you can see from the framing square, from the bottom to the top is 24 inches, thereabouts. That might have got bumped a couple times, but it's pretty close to 24 inches. So what I'm looking, if I did run 92 and 5/8, the offcut from the end could be part of this in here, all right? Because that would leave me, come on, retract. I could pull probably anywhere in there about 19 inches. I haven't even looked at this yet. Yeah, I'd have more than I need there. Okay. So if I want 92 and 5/8, the offcut is the centerpiece. These are just leftover scraps. I don't know that I need them. Now this is such a small roof. This is what I got to remember is I'm used to thinking great big long frickin' trusses from Belize. So now that I just put the tape measure down, if that's 24 inches, what I'm thinking, this one floppy again. $32.16. Okay, just, it's kind of a thing where you look at something, and if you kind of think you know how things work, okay. I put these here arbitrarily because it seemed like there could be something there. Doesn't have to be. But if I cut a piece of 1/2-inch plywood, 32 inches across and 24 inches up, okay, that's increments of 40 by 96. So I could just do one big piece in the middle to tie all of these together
pick longer ones here to fill this gap in if I think I need to. So this is something I want to test soon, right? Maybe get some pieces of bus seats, look for some scraps. Actually, I don't think I've got any long scraps anymore. I don't want to waste any pieces. Actually, after the solar panel project, I'll have some short pieces again. So that's coming up. I could approximate these and use probably some bus seat plywood. Just scraps, hook them together, leave a gap at the top, and screw it. And just put one in the middle here and screw it. And then the important thing to me is the butt joint. It's all about the butt joint. But all I'd have to do for a test rig, because I've got 4x4s now, so I could lay a 4x4 across the top of that and one across the top of that, and then set this truss out here in the middle so it's got no middle support, right? And I really need to hold it vertical so it doesn't roll over on me is the biggest thing. I don't know how I can test that exactly, but just looking at this, these are a lot smaller than I think they are, than I think they would be. Also, this is 2 feet in 6 feet. That's plenty of pitch. That's 1 foot and 3. I think they say 4 by 12. So if I doubled that and double that, that's 4 by 12, right? 6 feet, double that would be 12. 2 feet, double that is 4, 4 to 12. I think that's a common pitch. Seems really flat to me, but it's plenty. That I think is more than the shop. Okay. So basically 4 studs per truss. And I'm looking at this now. It doesn't make sense to do a full size. I keep walking around this, so I'm going to be confused looking at it upside down. I don't need to do a full chunk of plywood here. If I do a little one up here and a little one down here, probably 1 foot by 6 inches would be plenty. Let's see what that look like. Okay, here's your 6-inch mark right here, and 6 inch there. Yeah, that should be fine. So I'd pick up all the way out to here, and all the way up to the edge here, and then here's 6 inches, so I'd be well into here. That should be fine. And I could even triangulate this, or just make it square, whichever is easier. And if I did something similar up there, only match the top profile it. Okay. So I could knock these out pretty fast on the table saw. I don't think I need this piece. I just threw it in there. And then down here on the end, I set this just to match the outer edge, which is pretty close. It'll have to match the outer edge of the roof. Okay. And then the question is, do I need a longer span here or not? I don't think so, but you know, whatever, right? But this should be something that I test soon, is to me the important thing. So I got time to think of a backup plan. But if I know that I need about 21 trusses, 20 times 4 is 80. Wow, that's a lot, huh? Well, I think I need 120 studs for the house, so another 80 for the roof. That doesn't seem too bad. And instead of purlins, we'll put up OSB. And that'll lock everything nice and tight together. Also, by this being 92 and 5/8, with an end cap, the OSB will run a little off the end. That's okay. Just let it hang. And then the roof will go a little bit past that. Yeah, and the rain gutter will be just a little bit inset. So this will shoot right down into the... Oh, and I can notch... I don't know that I will, because I'm going to notch the top edge so that they fit tight. I could play with this a little bit too, because if I don't notch the top edge... Okay, here's what this does. Set this one... That's a scabby look on it, but say if we set ourselves up a top ridge. I think I did something like this once before. Don't notch it. Leave a cutout. I think I tried to do this for the first shop design. Leave a cutout in the plywood gusset for the top ridge. Then my OSB could come all the way up to meet. We'd have a nice top runner. And that would adjust the bottom a little bit, but then I don't have to notch this end. I can leave that gap, and it'll be picked up by the 1/2-inch plywood. I suspect I could use OSB for this too. And then on the bottom edge, that changed my angle a little bit. Oh, that's just arbitrary, right? Set that back up to where it should be then. If this was up to 24 inches, where it should have been, and then hold it with one finger. Okay, something like that. That'll put the angle right. Yeah. Now the other alternative to this, instead of building them as trusses, this was the other idea. This is what I did up on the farm. Build the center box first. Just a one-dimensional, center peak going down the middle. Set these on edge and toenail it, I think is what I ended up doing, or something like that. And then just meet everything to it. Now I had a roof to start from. I was building on top of the trailer. So I made it a lot simpler. So forget that, just go with the truss. Cool. I'm taking a chill break outside. But yeah, I think, because at first what I was looking at, 92 5/8 was way too long. Right? Now obviously you can cut it off. 6 feet is pretty close. But if I use the 92 5/8 and take that end piece and put it in the middle, then we're pretty close again. Plus, if I get anything scabby like these ones on the end, that's just the one, you just look at them. Okay, where's the best part? Put the best part in the middle. Scabby end out, cut that off. And then for the roof, decide if you want it or not. Like that one's all broken and shit, don't use that one. All right. Yeah. This was one of those things, until I come out and sit and look at it, I don't know. That makes me feel better looking at it, I think, though. Last point, if I used OSB, or because if it never gets wet, I mean, you build your house out of OSB, it's pretty strong. If we did glue and clamps and brad nail it, about 5 or 6 brad nails on each side of the joint, that would be plenty, I think. Because that's kind of the same as those plates that they pound in with the little spikies. So that would work. And there's no magic about how they make a truss. It's engineered. They pick good wood. Otherwise, there ain't nothing to it. And some of those engineered beams that they're using, they're basically just making these out of plywood instead of wood. Which is an interesting thought. Because I wouldn't make a truss out of OSB. Yeah, right. For one, you'd need a top cap to nail to. Should be interesting. If you doubled up the OSB, though, it would be pretty strong. I bet it would work if you could get that top cap on there. Because I've talked about that. If you did a router or a dado cut, take a 2x2 and set it on top of OSB. That's basically what they're doing. That's a lot of engineering to take a chance on that without testing it. But they would be nice and straight. You wouldn't have any knots. That would be some ghetto. Somewhere between ghetto and street cred if you could pull that off on your off-grid build. Holy shit. Okay, I'm going to write down some measurements and then call it. Alright, that's about it for this week. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. And what else is there? Patreon and PayPal and all that other stuff. Check out the link in the description. I've got a page on my website, gives you a lot more information about the ranch and everything I'm doing out here. So again, thanks for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
More info is on my website. You should totally check that out. Link is in the description. I do things differently.